So let's make this short and sharp. There was an Illuvium sneak peek of the overworld that come out literally 12 hours ago. I'm pretty sure you've nearly all seen it because it's been all over Twitter, all over everywhere, and most of you guys are on top of Illuvium, probably more than I am. But it is really just sinking into me that Illuvium's Overworld is going to be the most popular game that Illuvium drops. I feel like so many people have just been arena. Yeah, I get it. But the overworld is what people are going to be sunk into. They're going to sink their teeth into it. They're going to get a stranglehold on it, and they're going to keep playing. They're going to go and collect them all. Sorry for the Pokemon reference. All we have to do is look back a couple of months. Look at what Power World is doing, or has been doing. Millions of people, literally millions of people playing nearly the exact style of game that we have for the overworld. I feel like this is just going to explode. Obviously, Arena and that is very popular right now because you play it, you're actually practicing for what is going to come. Overworld doesn't get played very much because reset, beta, people aren't really into that, and that's why I don't play it. I don't want to catch all these Illuvials and just have to start again. I don't like that in games, but I cannot wait for the release. And this little sneak peek that I'm going to play right behind me, and I'm going to pause throughout, we're going to chat through it. This is getting my blood and my juices flowing. Little half chub coming up. So let's go and have a look at it right now. Illuvium! Let's go. Let's join the hunt. Wait a second. Hold on. We've literally been like 2 seconds into the video. Have not noticed this before. Oh, I've noticed the ass. Look at that. But she's actually falling through the air. It looks like she's not meant to be flying. She's like in trouble. And then obviously she just brings out the power drum and let's go. One thing that looks really weird, which I'll just quickly go back to it. When you shoot, obviously you're traveling really fast, but the bullets end up way behind you. I feel like it just looks really weird. I'll just slow it down to like 0.25 so we can actually watch. See, like, bang, shot. You shoot them all. They're way down below you. Not trying to put shit on it at all, but I just feel like that is really weird. I love that we're going to have the Illuvials in the overworld and we're going to actually go and shoot them. It's seriously a game changer. Makes the world feel so much more open. I know you've all heard it before. That right there, I don't know if you guys fully noticed that on the first run through when you first watched it, but if you look just as it loads in here, boom, look at that. There's your drone. You've obviously pressed a key for your drone to blink forward right to the Illuvial. I don't know how this works. Maybe if you shoot an Illuvial, that means you're locked onto it, and that means your drone will go after it. But I don't know how that works. Maybe you shoot multiple Illuvials, and it's like, where does the drone go? It'll be interesting to see how that works once we get into game. And then he blinks forward, and then look over there. Then he does his little attack on your Illuvial that you're against. That looks sick. Like, we all knew that there was like that little bit of luminescence that comes around them as they're trying to get away, but they're literally nearly see-through. I don't know if they've worked on this since the first one. And again, if we have a quick look here, I'll slow it down again for us. What do we got? We'll go to 0.5 this time. Again, once we start shooting here, I know we're moving fast, but it doesn't even look like those bullets come out of the gun. I know it's something very minor. People on the team probably aren't even going to see this, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem right that when you shoot, you don't even see it come out of your gun. It's already behind you. But I don't know. Let me know what you think about that, because it just feels weird to me, and I've always thought that watching it. But this is the first real game that it's kind of been applicable for, and you could see it properly. But let's keep going through. I love the look of, let's add Abyssal Basin, and boom. The old monkey, I can't remember its name. I'm terrible with names. I'm terrible with real people's names, let alone bloody animals in a game, or Illuvials in the game. But I feel like this is one of the first looks that we've actually got to see of this guy. I don't think he's in the arena just yet, but he looks like he's standing there like taunting you, like, try and hit me. And you do. And you hit him with the drone from behind. Look, you got the double whammy there. You got the absolute double whammy. I'm terrible at going forwards and backwards right now. Look, the drone is absolutely spinning his nut off, shooting from behind. And that was a power shot. Again, we'll have a quick look at that. Look at the size of that bullet right there. I wonder how this works, and I believe TSG was half talking about this in his video with Illumination just the other day when they interviewed him. There was different modes of the gun, so this may be one of those where you absolutely shoot one huge shot at the Illuvium. Boom, goodbye Archie. You got the little bear, you got the TNT, or whatever one that is, I can't remember. Exploring, again, I feel like this has been updated. Those literally look like the biggest rosebuds in the world. Mate, they are absurd. I feel like they've definitely gone over this level and made it look heaps better. Even this right here, like, take in that ambience. Man, you know it'd be sick to play this game in VR, in first person, so you're there looking around like you're actually in these worlds. I really hope they go down an avenue, even if it's not to play the game, you could just have a VR experience. So you can choose to go into Abyssal Basin or Halcyon Sea and whatever, put your VR goggles on and just go for a walk, boost around and do whatever and just have a look around, explore yourself. I reckon that'd be awesome, and it would not be hard to implement. The levels are built, the gameplay's built. All you need to do is make it VR compatible and first person. I think that would be an amazing idea. Would you guys agree with that? And this steps here is so good. I love how high it is, the waterfalls, everything. You can't fault stuff like that. Yep, we're probably going to watch this for the rest of it in 0.5 just so we have enough time to talk about what's going on, because I don't really understand what's going on here. Is that you shooting... That's you shooting an ore and sending your drone over to harvest it, it looks like. So that's really interesting. That's a new feature, if I'm not mistaken, that you can lock onto one and send your drone straight over so you don't have to go to it. I really like that. Again, you got the little bear over here, you're harvesting. They look sick. When the animations for all these are just amazing. It seems like the UI here has been updated down here. As you can see, drag augments, alluvials, weapons, and suits. It's kind of giving you a bit of a rundown on what to do. Again, I feel like this is going to get better and better as we go, and just the UI and UX is just going to be easier and better and more user-friendly, because I know that's what a lot of people were kind of worried about, but we all know it's in beta. Again, we're looking at the other drone here. I'm pretty sure it's called Bark, or Back, or whatever it is. Named after one of those really famous composers like Mozart, Bach, and the rest of them. So again, we know how good this capture sequence is. I'm going to speed this back up to 1x speed because I did say quick and snappy. Something right here, I love that little dance. Sorry, I'm speeding it up right as he's doing his little jigga jive. Look at him. Again, I have heard that this right here, obviously the NFT art that they have is like 100 times better than this. Obviously this still looks very good, but it's obviously a little bit blocky and, you know, just not polished. They will be putting the NFT art into the game here, so this will look absolutely on point. It's going to be fire. I've seen this talked about and noted straight off the bat that it will be better once the game is fully out there and going. Fighting, again, we all know how good this fight looks. Leveling up, so I haven't really played that much in the leveling up and know much about that system, but obviously you've got your levels over here, how good they are. And again, I feel like this overlay is just going to get better and better. And look at he's on a run now. Fusing, I love how good that looks. I feel like, compared to the first fusion we've seen, I feel like it's a little bit fast. I know in time you want it to go fast because you just have heaps of alluvials and you just want to keep chucking them in there. But for effect, I feel like maybe the first time you do a fusion, or the first fusion you do of an alluvial, you make this so cinematic. They come in, it whirls up and just goes boom and explodes on you. And then you can choose to do a quicker one as you go down into the game a bit faster. And then we get the old look. The old look. Her eyes just do me every time. So there is my quick recap of the video. It just gets my juices flowing. Like seriously, Overworld I think is just going to be the one. It's going to capture everyone. All those old school Pokemon players, Digimon players, Yu-Gi-Oh players, anyone that's played anything like this. The Power World's like, it just has a nostalgia without having an old school IP. And then once you're in it, you will learn about the IP, and then you'll find your favorite alluvials. Obviously, then you go into arena, then you might buy some land, and then you'll do some go-karting and so on and so forth. but it is the center of our Illuvium universe, and it is just going to bang.